Hello viewers, you are welcome to today's edition of Business Daily. Business Daily is a program on Sun TV that tries to bring you business news. The program highlights key issues that relate to business and try to look at activities in the Nigerian stock exchange market. With time, we shall be bringing on the screen people who will be analyzing a lot of issues that you need to know about the business world. My name is Olayinka Gabriel. I will be your regular anchor on this program, Business Daily. On the news today, we will start this program by looking at key news about business activities happening in Nigeria and around the world. First and foremost, let's look at some of the major headlines we're going to be looking at today. First, fertilizer subsidy. Micro farming seems cutting costs of healthy diets. We will also be looking at here are set up to benefit from as federal government AI fund. For those who are interested, we're going to be looking at that. Emirates offer free transit visa to non-Nigerian traveling to Dubai. We will be looking at that also at the course of our program. NEC call for withdrawal of tax refund bill. That is another issue we'll be looking at. This and many more are some of the news we'll be looking at in today's edition of Business Daily. Now let's start with the fertilizer subsidy. Micro farming seems cutting costs of healthy diets. Analysis says fertilizer subsidy and micro farming can help to reduce the rising cost of healthy diet in Nigeria. The national average cost of healthy diet in this country usually increased by about 7.3% to about 1,346 per adults per day. This report is what was contained in September 2024. If you compare that with what you have in all, is about 1,255. With the Alliance for Improved Nutrition. According to agricultural experts and economists, subsidizing the cost of fertilizer, and particularly if farmers will adopt the micro farming, it will not only address the rising costs but also improve food production. It will also reduce food importation and also make of Nigeria. That is Kabiru Ibrahim, who is the national president of the association. He said shortly, farms' decline of food inflation may contribute to stopgap importation of some items to cushion the inflationary trend. Nothing, however, Nigerians are yet to see any remarkable drop in the cost of food. What we have experienced in recent time is the fact that cost of goods and services has been on a rising one, particularly in Nigeria. In September, particularly, inflation percentage stood about 37.77%, and this percentage has been a year-on-year, making a particular increase of about 7.13 percent point, which is about 30.6%. That is in comparison with the September report of 2023. Usually on a month-on-month basis, food inflation in September, it actually represents one of the highest so far compared to what we have in August. August has a food inflation rise of about 37.52%, while in August we have 37.44% rise in terms of price of goods and services. Nigerian to import food at zero traffic to cool food prices. The implementation is, however, yet to begin due to coordination between the Federal Ministry of Finance and the Nigerian Custom Service. But you know, the questions people keep asking is, should Nigeria at this stage continue to increase importation of food when we have vast of land in our country? But the federal government is thinking that allowing food importation may be a measure to reduce the inflation that we are currently experiencing. Let me quote what Ibrahim said. He said, the sale and distribution of imported items should be properly supervised to ensure that majority of Nigerians ensure free traffic window. He noted that the harvest season may bring down some prices of food production. As you all know that we are currently trying to face the harvest period. It's expected that when we enter the harvest period, maybe the cost of food will go down. He's noting that there is a need to intensify food production, particularly in this country. For me, I felt rather than concentrating on the issue of importation of food, one thing Nigerians should concentrate in doing is maybe we should find a way in increasing our local production, so that rather than depending on import. Nigeria has depended on import. Kabiru, who is the national president of AFAM, he said this can be achieved by creating a sustainable subsidy regime on all agricultural input. He is talking about subsidizing things like fertilizer, agrochemical, like mechanization equipment, things like seed, things like transportation. Particularly, he said this will enable smallholders farmers who are within the sector to regain room of food security, particularly in Nigeria of today. The latest NBC report says the cost of the healthy diet is the minimum cost of food needed, particularly to meet the international recommendation in Nigeria. But it also has a reason faster than the general inflation and food. As we all know that Nigeria is one of the countries considered to be those that are facing malnutrition. A particular ARIC economist and data, who is the chief economist of ARIC Economy and Data Limited, that is talking about Mr. Samson G. Samson. He attributed the rise cost of healthy diet to a systematic problem of food insecurity in Nigeria. We can attribute the food insecurity to issues like the security challenges we are currently having. It appears as if so many people are not able to go to the market. to go to the farm due to insecurity. He emphasized that adoption of micro farming may beat the cost of food per adult. He also stressed that leveraging on vocational skill to earn extra income can improve the pushing power of Nigerians. That is according to the Chief Economic Officer of ARIC Economic Data. Nigeria Financial Service Market Report also revealed that about 2.4% of Nigerians earn about 200,000 per month, which is about 3.7% earning. If you look at between those who earn 150 to 200. And the same report by the Nigerian Financial Market also revealed that about 8.3% earn between 100 to 150, while about 19% earn about 50 to 100, while about 21.2% earn about 31 to 50, while about 27% earn about 35, while 17% are unemployed in Nigeria. Now, if you look at that particular statistics, what it shows is that majority of Nigerians earn about 35,000 per month. Now, if you compare that, because 37.8% is a chunk number of people in this country, meaning that if you look at in terms of figure, Nigeria is estimated to be about 200 million people. 27.8% of that percentage will give you about 27,800,000 individuals. So that means about 27 million people earn less than or between 30,000 and below, and that is definitely going to impact on their purchasing power. It means that if somebody earns 35,000 in a month, if it's not having other sources of income, even to feed himself, to transport himself, may not be able to meet up to some of his obligations. Simon noted that regarding an unemployment monthly income, those who are gainfully employed still struggle to afford healthy diet per day, because we have about 71.1% who are unemployed. You know, we have also the issue of underemployment. Underemployment are people who are doing less than what they should have been doing if all things being equal. But however, if that the average cost of healthy diet was highest in the Southwest. Southwest has about 1,598 per adult per day. This is in comparison with 1,144 per adult, particularly in the Northwest. If you look at states level, Osun, Ogun, Lagos, they recorded the highest cost with about 1,661 and 1,650 and 1,635 respectively. That is lower compared to what Katsina, Jigawa, Kebbi accounted for, because Katsina, Jigawa and Kebbi accounted for the lowest in terms of 1,403, 1,087 and 1,108 respectively. If you look at what the managing director of Prison Farm he noted that sudden climate change results in food in some states a major factor that is driving cost of farm production. That is according to the prison farm this. In the north there hasn't been enough rainfall, which there hasn't been enough rainfall in flooding. However, the scarcity of rain, which is previously monthly reduced the production level. We also, one of the things that is also contributing to the high cost of transportation, high cost of food, is the issue of transportation costs. We all know, due to the rising price of fuel, cost of transportation has also increased. The increase in cost of fuel and transportation is also having a direct bearing, particularly on cost of food and services. If you look at it in terms of items, beans is a predominantly cultivated in the north part, and it is still expensive, particularly due to fuel price and transportation. If you need to transport it down to Lagos and other states, it makes it more expensive. This is one of the things that is leading to the increased cost of healthy diet. That is what we can say about the need for subsidy, fertilizer subsidy, micro-funding seed, and cost of healthy diet. These are cost of, because it is a healthy country that leads to a healthy people, and a healthy people can only be gotten through healthy diet. We're going to take a commercial break now. When we come back, Business Daily on Sun TV will continue. Please don't go away. We have so many other reports for you.
The TARABA State Youth Roundtable Takum Chapter is thrilled to invite the public to the inaugural edition of the TARABA State Youth Roundtable Takum Chapter. Theme: Unlocking Takum's Potential, Overcoming Challenges for Sustainable Economic Growth and the Positive and Negative Impact of Social Media on Takum Youth. Be a part of the dynamic conversation with 350 youths, community leaders, and key stakeholders for a productive dialogue on sharing of innovative ideas, addressing pressing challenges, and strategizing for sustainable economic growth for Takum 1 and Takum 2 constituencies. Date: 15th November 2024. Time: 9 a.m. prompt. Venue: Patience Event Center, Takum Local Government Area of TARABA State. Your voice matters in contributing to shaping Takum's future and also unlocking our full potential. Let us build a brighter future together. Announcer: Comrade Yerima Sunday Danlami, Coordinator, TARABA Youth Roundtable, Takum Chapter.
Okay, you're welcome back. If you are just joining us, this is Some TV Business Daily. The Business Daily come to you every 12 o'clock like this, Monday to Saturday. We bring you interesting news about business and what is trending in the business world. Now let's take some few headlines. Here are set up to benefit from FGAI funding. The Federal Ministry of Communication, Innovation and Digital Economy has particularly announced that 10 setups selected as beneficiary of the newly launched 100 million AI funding. The minister that is talking about Basun Tijani, the Minister of Communication, Innovation and Digital Economy, he announced this in September that 100 million fund for AI setup in Nigeria. So some AI setup are going to benefit from the fund was created by the National Center for Artificial Intelligence and Robotics in partnership with Google, and it will provide selected setup with about 100 million naira funding. According to Google, the fund is aimed to support AI-driven technology solutions that have potential to make an impact. This setup will also benefit with about 3.5 million in Google Cloud credits, particularly to support the scaling of their solution. They will also gain access to the Google world-class AI tools. Particularly, they will benefit in mentorship from Google AI experts. They will have opportunity to connect with global network innovators and partners. These 10 setups selected for the AI fund are Better Life Health, one of the beneficiaries, leverage AI to predict demand and match blood types for African blood supply needs. That is what Better Life Health does. Another company that will be among the 10 is Busi. Busi is an AI-driven platform that centralizes on personalized customer engagement, particularly for business. There is also the CDIAL. The CDIALAI particularly deals with enabling seamless text to speech and speech to text using AI technology. They have functionality in about 13 different languages across different regions. Another company that will be benefiting among the 10 is the FarmSpark. FarmSpark leverage on AI to support livestock farming, particularly with disease detection and climate control. Then also another company that will be benefiting is LendSquare. LendSquare is a streamlined lending operation that uses AI and empowering global lenders and borrowers. Then there is also Prodis. Prodis connect global company with vetted African tech talent through AI-driven pre-classified and job matching. There is also the Rama Energy. Rama Energy is also one of the beneficiaries of this 10 million naira funding for each of these companies. The air-powered energy management user particularly. There is also Sapro Health. Sapro Health is an AI-driven healthcare particularly that is tailored towards Nigerian doctors. There's also Town Talk leverage on AI to provide contextual security insight for African community, particularly empowering informed decision making. Then there is also the Trade Lane, is a streamlined credit analysis, particularly for small and medium enterprise that make use of AI facilitating in assessing this finance. All these 10 companies are the companies that are going to benefit from this funding that is in connection with Google. And apart from the funding, there are also many other benefits like mentorship, having access and connection with so many expertise of Google in terms of AI innovation. They are all going to be the benefits. Moving forward, let's look at a few things in the aviation industry. Emirates offer free transit visa to lure Nigerian travelers to Dubai. Emirates has introduced a free visa for Nigerian passenger transiting through Dubai on its flight. In a recent email address that is being circulated to passengers, the Emirates says, we are pleased to offer 48 to 98 hours UAE visa to our passengers purchasing ticket during the month of November. This is a transit visa that is for people who may have a stopover in Dubai. As you know, Dubai required Nigerians travelers, even if it is a transit traveler, to purchase a visa before they can travel. The managing director, Finglo Holding, and the holding company for the 6th traveling company in Nigeria, particularly told Business Day that the introduction of the free transit visa is similar to lure passenger to book Emirates ticket, because the airline hasn't been getting passengers since its resumed flight operation in Nigeria. So Emirates are actually using this as a serious marketing strategy. As you know, Emirates particularly suspend its flights in Nigeria for some times, but with this free visa for transit passenger, it's possible, because this this bonanza is commencing this October, this November. So it's possible Emirates could rejoice himself. They also had a traveler agency next call for withdrawal of tax reform bill. The Federal Executive Council, in its meeting yesterday with the Vice President of Nigeria, talking about Senator Kashim, the 36 governors under the auspices of the National Economic Council, they called for tax reform bill currently before the National Assembly to be withdrawn. The Oyo State Governor, talking about Seyi Makinde, he is the one that disclosed this when he was briefing State House journalists after the council meeting. He particularly disclosed that the decision was taken after NEC took a presentation from Mr. Taiwo Oyedele. Taiwo is the chairman of the Presidential Committee on Fiscal Policy and Tax Reform. Their aim is to focus on fair taxation, responsible borrowing, and sustainable spending. The council, in its wisdom, actually acknowledged the country is underperforming on all indices as regarding huge from major revenue sources. also tax to GDP ratio and so on is very low. He disclosed that after the intensive deliberation, NEC particularly noted that the need to sufficient align among the stakeholders for the purpose of reform. So the council therefore recommend the need to withdraw the bill that is currently before the National Assembly on tax reform. They can have a wider consultation and also build consensus around this reform that will be to the general benefit of the country. Misunderstanding. The bill will be withdrawn from the National Assembly, and then there will be a that seek to reform the tax system in Nigeria. Let's talk about CBN struggle to curb liquidity. Credits to government jumped about to 90%. According to some reports currently, the bank credit to government surged from 42 trillion naira, which was in September 2024, and it has grown to about 42.1 trillion naira, which is about 22 trillion naira increase in September 2023. It has soared to about 42 in 20. If you compare what it was in September 2023, which is about 22 trillion naira, in September 2024, it has soared to about 92 trillion naira. These significant increase usually highlight the growth reliance on bank financing by government, which monthly increase on government borrowing. If you look at on a monthly basis, bank credit to government also record a sharp rise. In August 2024, for instance, the figure stood about 31.15 trillion naira, but it jumps with about 34.86% by September. If you look at this monthly increase, it shows a rise in the government borrowing, which has implication on the rising credits to government. Usually when government credit level rise, it actually indicates that the increasing borrowing from the financial sector, particularly when it comes to domestic bank and other lending. The rise in the borrowing generally reflects an increase in government debt, and the funds are sought for financial various operations, such as maybe things like infrastructural development, things like social program, and budget deficits, and so forth. So there have been increase in high demand for government bond in terms of money supply reaching the historic peak. The implication of this is also very alarming. That is some of the news we have been looking at as it relates to the funding that we have, particularly in Nigeria today, and some of the implication of the continue having up to 90% of the funding that is going into government projects. That may lead to reduction in liquidity, particularly for private and small and medium enterprise. Now, quickly let's look at TARABA reporters. The paper particularly today focused on some certain things that deals particularly with the issue of the Nigerian economy and around business. And TARABA reporter have this headline on its paper for today. And what does it say? Nigeria further depreciate by 2.7 against dollar at the official market. Talking about the exchange rate. On Thursday, particularly, the naira on Thursday further slumped as the official market, trading at 1,674.6 to the dollar. The data from the Office of the Trade Platform, that is talking about MBD exchange, that sees that the exchange rate grows to about 1,677 compared to what it was on the other day, which is about 1,631 to 1,677 in the subsequent, that is as at yesterday. That shows that the naira is also keep weakening as dollar continue to gain more strength against the naira. As at yesterday, exchange rate to a dollar stood about 1,677 naira. There are so many other interesting business story on TARABA reporters. Issues like refs to probe audit of 121.67 trillion federal and state loan. That is also a business related. Also, there is another business related news, which is bill to increase retirement in service year for health workers scale, second reading at the floor. And also, if you look at the bottom of the paper, the issue of Google give fresh 2.8 billion for AI talents in Nigeria was also reported. So basically, these are some of the news that we have on some of the papers, and in subsequent editions we are going to be reviewing papers that particularly talk about issues that relate to business. Now, before we go, let's go to the Nigerian Stock Exchange market and let's see how the market performed at the close of events, that is yesterday. Let's see how the market performed yesterday. All share index stood at 97,651.23 at the close of the market yesterday, which indicate a decline of about 372 points. While if you look at the market capitalization, the market capitalization stood about 59.18 trillion naira. That is the market capitalization as at yesterday, when the market closed. 59.18 trillion naira is the market capitalization as at yesterday. Let's look at some performing markets and companies yesterday on the Nigerian exchange group. Let's look at some performing market. If you look at some of the markets, if you look at Dangote stock closed at 431 naira, which is about 47.50 Bill Cement closes at 96 naira, which represents a decrease of 4% on the close of the market yesterday. Transnational Cup of Nigeria also closed on a decline note yesterday with 44.9 naira, which is a decrease of about 0.22%. One of the market that gained yesterday was Zenith Bank. Zenith Bank closed at 41.25%, which was about again about 1.3, which is about 3.25% increase in the share market. Owando, the price of Owando remained the same. United Bank for Africa also experienced a decline of about 1.25. Transcorp Hotel experienced a very sharp decline of about 5.67, which represents about 6 naira 50 kobo. First Bank Nigeria also experienced an increase in its prices with about an increase of 0.7%. Company who, if you look at Okano Oil Palm, gain about 3.52%. Nigerian Brewery also lost about 0.7271%, which represent about 2 kobo in its market share. Flour Mill of Nigeria also experienced an increase of about 0.73%. Total experienced a decline of 5.19%. FCMB also experienced decline. Guinness Nigeria experienced decline, but Liver Brothers experienced an increase of 1 naira, which represents 1.35%. Same with International Brewery, which experienced an increase of 0.52%. PZ Costume, National Salt Nigeria, all of them experienced a decline in its market structure. This is where we're going to stop on Business Daily this morning on Sun TV, the market at the close of it. I want to thank all of you who have listened to this Business Daily this morning on Sun TV. We'll be back tomorrow again for another fresh edition of the program Business Daily. I want to thank all my crew who has worked tirelessly to make sure this program come to place. Let me appreciate all those who have joined. Toby T. Dennis. Toby say, I'm glad to see you achieving greater things. Thank you, Toby. Maybe you scroll up. And we have Nina Shaibu. She saw a sign of fire. Thank you. Sun TV will continue to grow. Thank you, Shamaki and the Key. Thank you, Ira Daniel Ukwe. Thank you all for all your comments. See you tomorrow with another edition of the program Business Daily. Thank you and God bless you.
Taraba State Youth Roundtable Takun Chapter is thrilled to invite the public to the inaugural edition of the Taraba State Youth Roundtable Takun Chapter. Theme: Unlocking Takun's Potential, Overcoming Challenges for Sustainable Economic Growth and the